complete to Waddle. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a third down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on third down.
And they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing, right? And everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Okay, so here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From the 10. And able to get this out to the 25. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much, but I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number 1, including himself.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real. And it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Some space here. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He was probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
Right back to him on first down. And some room to work. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Watkins. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Harris running straight ahead. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them. If you're
touchdown, Dalton Schultz from 3 yards out. And the Cowboys respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was the tight end Dalton Schultz on the touchdown reception to cap the drive. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Benogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again. But I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Well, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game. Someone's sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive, he comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming out.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bradley. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Play action, now it's Tua. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 21. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Now, that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
Ready? Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeting quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's Tua. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Ready? Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10.
Check right, blitz, yellow, blue, check.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Ready, ready, set.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Tua now, 3rd and goal. Another catch there for Waddle. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take, punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
From the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
41 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
Some room to maneuver. A gain there of 21 yards. That's a nice explosive play there, and this defense told us we have to have our eyes right on their RPO sets, and they did not have their eyes right.
I love that term, eyes right, meaning they have to be in the proper place and read your keys. And a smart thinking guy running an offense can see when you break down on that, and he took full advantage of it.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory, down at the 33. On the give, this is Harris. Able to spin free. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. First down, and they go back to Harris. Evades him at the 10. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Prescott. This is caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Seven our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Start of the second. It's the Cowboys in possession as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. Throwing, Prescott. And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott as they have taken the lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. 20, 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 75 yards. And the Dolphins have retaken the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What did we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 17-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Offense returns to the field. There's the running back, the bruiser from Alabama, Damian Harris. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not to any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. 2nd and 9. Prescott, he finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Well, Prescott to Schultz there for the Cowboy first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a first down carry for Harris. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. To throw is Prescott. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Going to run the toss here to Harris. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Show that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 35-yard line. Here's Prescott. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. And even 100 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this is most definitely the guy you want running the football when you need the tough yards on 3rd down. And he moves the chains and then some as he shakes off that first contact. And as they said in the 70s, he just keeps right on trucking.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll run again with Harris, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Damian Harris with touchdown number 23 here on the year, as his guys have now moved out in front. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Jalen Waddle running out, and that means that the Dolphins ready for another drive on offense. He's done his part, but so far it's been in a losing effort, so they've got to fix something.
But that doesn't mean changing anything, the way they're throwing the ball around and his catches and production. Keep doing that. They're going to have to fix some things likely on defense to try and slow down their opponents.
But so far he's north of 100 yards receiving. Micah Parsons leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses have their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely, and that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Tua. He finds his man, complete. That's Bradley. Touchdown, Dolphins. A big play there. 82 yards. And the Dolphins have yet again retaken the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Extra point, and good by Sanders, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Well, this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A Cowboy first down there. Prescott to Gallup.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
108 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
That's about what you would expect, since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you, it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. And right side, they're going to go option here. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete. So after 3 drives that ended touchdown, 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 they get bogged down on drive number 4.
Yeah, I don't know how excited you would be on the other side of the ball that they finally didn't score. You know, you're happy, of course, but at the same time, did you have that much to do with it, or did they just get tired?
Maybe it's just a sense of relief at this point. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. He is going to find Hill here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's a 1st down and then some, a 32-yard pickup.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory.
Let's go.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check, pitch, yellow, line, black block.
They'll run with Edmonds again. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Tua sets up to pass it. But that is Waddle complete. And he
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Set, go, ready.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Brought down by D.J. Wanham.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Opposite, green.
On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Check right. Switch, yellow, blue, check. Check, pitch. Yellow,
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season as his guys are able to extend their lead.
What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. Javon Holland coming up to make the stop.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Second and 8 coming from the 19.
Now Prescott. He finds his man complete. It's Schultz. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
From the 34 now, here's... looking to throw. Prescott.
And that nearly intercepted. The free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Prescott again.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
To the air again, Prescott. He finds his man complete. It's Schultz. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and it'll be Dolphin football. On play action, here's Tua.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He finds his man complete. It's Bradley. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets us to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Ready.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back.
Ready.
From the gun, it's Tua.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Come on, set.
2 and now on 1st down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
They'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. So we've reached halftime in a wild 1st half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we're into the final 3 weeks of the NFL season. A lot of races going to be coming right down to the wire. Before we get it back to you guys, let's check out what we have coming up this weekend on the Week 16 NFL slate. Good games all over the screen there, one being at MetLife Stadium. A big one for the Jets as they get set to take on the visiting New York Giants. Good game to follow in the late afternoon window as well, one being in Atlanta, where it'll be the Falcons taking on the New England Patriots. And one final game to highlight. We wrap things up on Monday Night Football, and they've got a good one this week between the LA Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that 1st half for the Cowboys. And you can see they've had tremendous success running the football. Close to 200 yards total, with the 3rd and 4th quarters still to come. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the 2nd half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So they take the deficit into the lockers. You know they had plans to receive the football. A nice drive, instead a fumble on the kickoff.
And that can be demoralizing right there because, as you pointed out, they had designs on coming out and, okay, we're going to change things here in the second half. Instead, with a deficit already, they cough it up, and now they've got to find a way to keep the score from mounting bigger against them.
Opposite, green, check right.
Now a give to Edmonds. Oh, a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the Dolphins are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
Ready?
Madison is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
Ready?
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. From the 3 now, here they come on third and goal. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Always important to get the first score in the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit to get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Sanders on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. Prescott down. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 120 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Prescott from the gun. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he will have a Cowboys first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Room here to run. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Damian Harris with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys are able to cut into that deficit. Now, he's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards.
And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense.
A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle.
That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Field position changer there. 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, they'll try and run for it. And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the 1st down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the 1st down, but not by much. Trying his best.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play,
so that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Prescott on play action.
Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
A couple of 1st downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And he's got some space here.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Schultz. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way to work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Throwing, Prescott.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Tua going to throw. On the screen, this is Edmonds. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. They're backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. This is taken at the 18. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. They'll fire this deep for Gallup. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. With 3rd down coming up. On 3rd down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
They'll try the right side with Harris. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Well, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
He's got his man. It's Gallup. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 30. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 30-yard line. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Prescott. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so trying to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back. successfully.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Prescott.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now brings up 4th down. Eddie Pinheiro on now.
This will be from 49 yards out. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it. But the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Jalen Waddle running out, and that means that the Dolphins ready for another drive on offense.
He sort of just keeps chipping away at this defense. Hasn't had a spectacular game, but here in the 3rd quarter that they've known all game long that he's there.
He's the type of guy that frustrates you if you're playing defense, because when you think you've taken away something or you think you've got him in check, he comes up with another catch, the chains move, or he finds a way to get into the end zone. He's that guy that drives you crazy, and offenses love it.
He's hoping to drive him more crazy here coming up.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Tua. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
Yellow, blue, check. Check, pink. Yellow, line.
Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. The Dolphins on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Got a man. It's Waddle, complete.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 43. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Here we go.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Tua sets up to pass it. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Okay, right.
On the handoff, it's Edmonds. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
On the ready.
On first down, Tagovailoa.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
On the ground, it's Edmonds.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
They're 2 for 2 on third down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on third down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa steps away to his left.
Open man is Waddle, complete.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 12-yard line. And that catch will put him right at the 250-yard mark. What a game receiving. Unreal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now Edmonds. And they'll go backwards here. Losing yardage to the 14. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Tua. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. The 40. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter.
Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line.
So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wild card spots with 2 weeks to go, but you know, there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And, Brandon, it's always worth keeping in mind, and I have to keep writing it down for myself. Remember, it's 7 teams in each conference now making the playoffs. So that brings more important games to the end of the season. So, in theory, more teams alive for a postseason berth later in the year.
23 yards, the final tally.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Ready, set.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
Hut, hut. Set, hut.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
Here we go, here we go.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Hut, hut.
On the carry, it's Edmonds. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Miami. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They'll start on the ground with Harris.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back near his goal line, it's Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. And right side, they're going to go option here.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Now a
first down carry for Harris. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here's Prescott. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Harris running straight ahead. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive will take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game. I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner, but where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense.
So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know. We'll
throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Tua.
Flushed out right.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at the 18. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Kind of picked themselves up from that one.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action now. Prescott. He finds his man. Complete. It's Ferguson. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. They find some open field here.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score.
Now Prescott.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
Now Dak. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, 1st down.
He got 29 yards that time.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down in bounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Here's Harris. And they'll get this down to the 10. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaken up on the play.
Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Let's go, baby.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll give to Harris. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They'll run. Here's Harris. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Damian Harris taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Cowboys have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Igbenogany elects not to return, and the football will come out to the 25-yard line. So Tua and the Dolphins down by 7, 65 seconds remaining. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score.
Let's go.
Tua.
Over the middle, complete. It's Bradley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's throwing it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This defense making some plays right now, aren't they?
And they look like a group that really locked in before this series started. Read their scouting reports, got back to reading their keys, and playing with excellent leverage up front.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence, his second sack of the night. What a thrilling fourth quarter this one was. Well, at least, I guess, if you're cheering for the winning side, an outstanding comeback, though, that saw them completely take control and change the outcome of this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of us saw that coming, the way that they were playing and having the lead after 3 quarters. A little bit of a stunning ending because it wasn't just a one-touchdown swing. It was a multiple touchdown swing for them to end up losing that ball game. Give credit where credit is due. They came off the pace and got it done.
So for Dallas, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Miami,
they fall under 500 now as they drop to 7-8.
And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.